Hey, Meadowbrook team. This is Miss Vickers. I am here to help you create your Stemscopes sections if you haven't been able to do that already. So this is just going to be a screen video, and hopefully this will help. If it doesn't help, after watching the video, email me and we'll set up like a Google Meet or something so I can walk you through it. Okay. Obviously, the first thing you're going to do is go to your apps and class link and click on Stemscopes, and you should automatically be logged in. If you don't, you need to let me know so we can figure out what's going on with that. Okay. Once you're there, the first thing that's going to open is your home screen for Stemscopes. You're not going to see this exactly because I've been using it for a while and I already have my sections and everything set up. But if you haven't been using Stemscopes very much, you'll need to go through these tabs to make sure you understand the different parts. Planner is something optional that you can use to plan your science lessons, but I don't really use it very much since I already plan with the district stuff. Scopes is where all your content is, and it goes by grade level. You've got a drop-down menu here for all the different content. And you're going to want to go with streamlined because this is after the TEKs have been adjusted and moved around and tweaked. So you want to go with streamlined. And for example, here, kindergarten, you click on properties of objects if that's what you're on. And Stemscopes follows the 5E model: engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate, with some interventions and accelerations, which should be extensions to go along with it. When you look on engage, you see that this T, that means basically this is all for the teacher to do. The blue S's are things that the students can do. And those are the things that you're going to be able to assign them to do digitally. Like, for example, if one of your assignments is that you'd like for them to watch this content connections video, you would click on it and then you can assign it to students. Okay, you can even see it in Spanish and then assign it to students. Right here, it'll be in Spanish. Maybe. Okay, whoops, I forgot that they haven't translated a lot of the videos yet. So let's go to something else let's see that they could do in Spanish, like the reading science. Okay, so here is reading science, comparing objects around the house. Okay, let's look at it in Spanish. Okay, and again, you can assign this to students to do, and it will pop up in their Stemscopes as an assignment to do. But before you can do that, though, you have to create your classrooms or your sections. Okay. Streaming is not something that Stemscopes has set up yet. Standards are just your TEKs and your ELPs and all of those things. Students is where you go to create your classroom. You can see I have a classroom for every homeroom teacher since we have a 4-way. Okay. Right here, I've got a test section that I created in order to kind of play around with it, but I'm going to create another test section so that you see how to do it. You're going to want to click on Add Section. Okay, and then you're going to name your section. That's up to you. If you want to use your name or your grade level, however you want to do it, but you need to name your section. So this one's going to be Test 2. Description is optional. Course number is optional. Okay, and you can limit by grade level. So if you're a kindergarten teacher, you may want to limit it to kindergarten stuff, first grade, second grade, etc. I didn't really limit it to mine for 5th grade since I needed them to be able to get to a wide range of stuff. That's up to you too. Okay, and so then you create this teacher section. Okay, once you do that, you'll see there's 0 students, 0 assignments right now. That's because you need to put students in your section. So you're going to click Find Students. Okay, Over here is how you limit that list. Right now, this is all the students in Meadowbrook Elementary that we have registered. So if you want to limit it to your grade level, it's over here. I'm going to go to kindergarten. So we'll use kindergarten as an example. Okay, none of the students in kindergarten have been added to classes. So this is how you would do it. So let's say, because I don't know whose homeroom is whose, but let's say that I need Lamont or Allen in my classroom for test 2. I would add. And let's say I needed this person for that one. There, add. And then this one, add. Don't worry, I'm not messing anything up because I can archive this class when we're done. I'm just doing this to show you how to do it, okay? All right, once you have everybody that you need in your classroom, in your homeroom, okay, it should be done. Okay, so go back to students, test 2, and there they are. Okay, it'll show their ID name and their username, but that's really not going to be important in Stemscopes. The kids should be able to automatically log in from their ClassLink apps page. Okay, so this is how, when you assign something, you would know. You go to assignments, and right now there's nothing assigned. So let's go back to Scopes. Let's go to grade. It's already on kindergarten, so I'll click on kindergarten, and I'll go to reading science, comparing objects around the house. Okay, and then I'm going to put assign to students. Okay, sections that will receive this assignment. Well, okay, obviously I'm like, pretend like these aren't here. You've only created one section, so that's the one you're going to give it to. If you have more than one section, you choose who's going to get it. Okay, and you can assign it to only certain students or your whole class. So you can either the entire section or individual students. And if it's individual students, then you can click on it. Okay. You can have a start date and a due date. Allows teacher to start or pause the assignment, however you want to do it. Okay. And then you can, like, if you have special instructions for the students, you can add it there. And then you add this assignment. And then when the student signs in, they won't see all of this, but they'll have the assignment to work on. And then when they're done, they can turn it in. Okay. And then when they do turn it in, it'll give you a little notification in your home page. See right here, where mine, I've had a student turn in concept review game. So you'll have like a little breakdown of all the most recent things that have been turned in. But you can also go to the classroom, and I'm going to use one of my classrooms for an example. You can go to the classroom and go to student activity, and everyone, and you'll get all of the information about who's turned in what right here. Okay. Learning resources is not something we really use that much. That's kind of just like the stuff that they already have in Stemscopes that doesn't have to be assigned, that the kids can go through. Okay. And right now I don't have any assignments. Go back to students. If you need to edit your classroom, okay, you come back over here and you can change things. Okay. You can't change usernames or things like that, but you can change like their name, things like that, their grade level. But editing, it doesn't let you delete the student out of there. In order to do that, you need to go back to here and edit roster. Okay, and then let's say go back to kindergarten. And now we're going to remove. Okay, so I'll go through that one more time in case it was a little confusing. If you want to change your section, you edit roster. If you want to edit a student, you have to click on that individual students. And since I removed them, they're not there anymore. Okay, let's see. So that pretty much takes care of creating classroom. So again, if you're self-contained, you should probably just make one classroom with all your students in it. If you have a rotation, you could make one for every class, however you want to do it. But then again, now that we're in distance learning, it still may be better just to have everybody all in one class if you only have one Google Classroom. If you want to make an assessment, that's what the assessment tab's in. I don't know if you're really going to want to bother with this in the lower grades, but it'll give you you can digital and then next. Okay, you name it. Let's say you want Unit 1 test. Okay, and you go through curriculum areas, science, because that's the only thing that we have Stemscopes for now. And then you enter in the standards. So you're going to want Texas. Okay. And you have to wait a minute to let the list populate. And then here's questions for the grade levels. I don't think it goes down to kindergarten. I think it's only first grade and up that can do this. Okay, so let's say you're a first grade teacher and you want to make a little progress assessment. Animal life cycles. Okay. And then I usually skip all of this stuff because it makes it too specific and it makes it hard to find the questions. And if you'll go down here, you can see where there's questions that you can add for your digital test. If you like this question, you would hit select, and then you'll see it move over here. And then if you like this question, hit select, then you'll see it move over here. And when you're done adding questions, you can just hit create assessment. Okay. And see, make sure that bilingual, if you want to make sure that it has a Spanish thing, is checked yes. Okay. And then you can either assign assessment or you can download it. If you want to keep it for a paper copy, you assign assessment. Okay. And there you go, test 2. You can give it labels, okay, like homework, independent practice. And either yes or no, and then you add this assignment. And then it'll be assigned to the students. And same thing, they can turn it into you. And then I believe that it'll record their grades, and you can even use the data analysis from it and all of that stuff. Okay, so the time that I have for this video is almost up. I only get like 15 minutes on my software. If you have any questions about this, or if you're still confused, email me and I will set up a time to help you with it. Okay, all right, I'm going to sign off.